Don't miss out on this tech because it can instantly double your DPS right now without you doing any effort at all. And I think it's kind of cheap. Honestly, I think hopefully Warcraft Logs will nerf it, but if you want to parse right now, if you want to pump insane damage, make sure you're doing this. Since it's Christmas time, Father Winter is here, or Great Father Winter is here, and there is presents underneath the tree that you can grab until the end of the year. And one of the presents in Orgrimmar for Horde and Stormwind for Alliance is called the Ticking Present. You can see it at the bottom right hand corner of my screen, the Ticking Present. Everybody's coming to get it because if you loot this present, within it is a second present basically, and that second present is, look, it says I have to be level 20 to do this because you have to be level 20 to do this, is an item called the Mechanical Grinch. This is an item that allows you to summon a pet or a guardian that actually is level 58. Usually you can only pick up this quest at level 40, but Blizzard has changed that for Season of Discovery, so we can actually pick this up at level 20. And this level 58 pet does insane amounts of damage within the raid. If I were to go to the DPS rankings right now, the most recent 2 people that are the highest DPS in the whole world, and if you look at any class right now, all of the top parsers in the entire world for every single class are using this pet. Now I've pulled up both of these guys. This first one is in Chinese, so let me change it over, and you can see the Mechanical Grinch is doing 12,000 damage in the raid. He also is summoning a Fell Hunter for another 4k, and there's a few more pets. I will get into all of the Pokemon pets you can summon today in this video. But just from the Grinch alone, if you look at it on some encounters, like let's say Lorgus Jet, the Grinch alone is doing 55 DPS. That easy, 55 DPS, and we've got, well, 14 or 15 DPS from the Fell Hunter right now, but the Fell Hunter can do a ton more damage than that. So if you just grab yourself one of these Grinches, and I'll go over here to show you, if you grab yourself one of these Grinches, then it will have a 10-day duration. You can use it at any time, and you can use it within the raid to summon a level 58 pet that is on aggressive at all times, and it will melee the boss for about 100, almost 100 every single melee. That's right, this is how you do insane amounts of damage. People are gonna see ridiculous parses this week. And the biggest issues with these pets, as you can see in the background here, is that they are always on aggressive. So they will run and tag any mobs that are anywhere near them. So the best way to utilize them, because you can only summon them for 10 minutes in the raid, is to, as cringe as it is, pre-clear the trash as much as you can in the raid itself, and then summon the pets on like the second boss and start using them there. But you can see they all run out and run over places, and they do almost like 70 DPS if you're doing it correctly. You can do 70 DPS just from this one Grinch, from buffing it and making sure you have debuffs like Sunders and such up on the boss. But they only come with a 10-day duration. And the workaround for this, the way you never have to worry about this duration right now if you want to, is to loot that ticking box that I showed you guys earlier. And when it gives you another, like, it basically gives you a present, and instead of opening that present and getting the Grinch itself from there, you actually just leave it in the present. You'll never have to deal with the duration because the present itself doesn't have a duration. But on top of that, there's other Pokemon pets. Let's go to a raid right here. If we scroll all the way down, this was the first person to really beat a Londo in a raid. And Elena, what she was doing, or he was doing, was using a Fell Hunter and a Tracking Hound, which can each do about 20 to 25 DPS on individual bosses. That's another 50 DPS on top of the Grinch, which is 110 DPS if you add that all together. And so the Tracking Hound is from the dog whistle in Scarlet Monastery. If you go into Scarlet Monastery library, you can farm the dog whistle for some free extra damage. The Spiked Collar is from a rare mob called Lord Malathrom. Lord Malathrom is located right here. It is very powerful, and I think that these are both very pretty solid options in the raid. It's kind of degen, but it will increase your DPS. There's another one you can get is the glowing cat figurine. This is from the Ghost Sabers. If you go and farm the Ghost Sabers up in Dark Shore, you just need to click a bunch of these little figurines on the ground. It's one of the best pets for hunters to tame, but if you actually down the saber, it has a 46% chance to drop that little figurine. Not worth it. This one only does about 1 DPS, maybe 2 DPS. Definitely not worth it to farm this one. And then the last thing that's cheeky to farm for your extra damage would then be the boggling root. If you want to have extra damage from yourself, make sure you just grab a boggling root. These are the Pokemon buffs if you want to do crazy damage. And the reason why I think the mechanical Grinch will be nerfed, the reason why I think most people won't end up using the mechanical Grinch, or it will be taken away from Warcraft logs, is that you can only ever grab it right now. It only ever has 3 uses. Right now at this level, it's literally doubling the damage of some players. Shadow Priests that use this are actually having a pet that does more damage than them sometimes. And if you use this in raids, it is the only way to parse right now. It literally will be the only way to parse. And there is a precedent from Warcraft logs to nerf things that are too cheesy, that are too much of an exploit. And I think that this actual damage on the logs is too cheesy personally for parsing, but for now nothing has been said from Warcraft logs. So absolutely go and use your mechanical Grinch. Make sure everyone in your raid uses it. Maybe pre-clear a little bit of trash and enjoy yourself with the Pokemon raids. I will be doing a full Pokemon raid on stream tomorrow, so make sure to check that out over on Twitch. I'm working on the melee weaving guide tonight for hunters, as well as a warrior min-maxing PvE guide as well. Those all should be out in the next couple days. And thank you all for the support. Happy holidays, and I'll see you on the next one.